Good morning, dear students. My name is Ferhan Mazher, and today is 1st of April 2022. Right now, I am with the 11th Cambridge class, and the subject we are studying is D Maths 4024. This is Cambridge O-Levels Mathematics, and Syllabus D 4024 is the code of the subject. Today, we have selected paper 1, and we have selected October, November 2009, paper 1. This paper 1, the time allowed is 2 hours and the calculator is not allowed in this paper. So let's start today's paper. So the paper is showing up on your screen, October, November 2009, paper 1, Mathematics, Syllabus D. The code of the subject is 4024. Paper 1, the scientific calculator is, or the calculator is not allowed in this paper. So the first question coming up on your screen. Evaluate 2 by 3 minus 4 by 7. These are two fractions and you have to subtract them. So we will make their denominators same. So in the first fraction, the numerator and the denominator both will be multiplied with 7. And the second fraction, you multiply numerator, denominator both with 3. And that will give you same denominators. And that will help you find out the answer. Okay, so let me show you my solution. So you can see it becomes 14 by 21 minus 12 by 21. So 14 minus 12, it will be, because the denominators when become same, you can directly subtract or add the numerators. So you will have 14 minus 12, that will be 2 by 21. This is how you do question number 1 paper. Okay. The second part is, here are two fractions and you have to multiply them. 1 whole 1 by 3 multiply 5 by 8. So 3 ones are 3, 3 plus 1, 4. This will be 4 by 3 multiply 5 by 8. So 4 by 3 multiply 5 by 8. So the numerator will multiply with the numerator and the denominator will multiply with the denominator. So you will have 20 by 24. So you can cancel them with the table of 2. You will have 10 by 12. And you can further cancel them with the table of 2. So you will have 5 by 6. Okay, add brackets to the equation in the answer space to make it correct. So we want the answer 16. So 4 plus 6 multiply 7 minus 5. So where should I add a bracket so that the answer of this expression becomes 16? So I can immediately tell you put a bracket around 7 minus, because 7 minus 5 will be 2. 2 multiplied 6 will be 12. 12 plus 4 will be 16. So the brackets should be, around 7 minus 5. That will give you 2. 2 multiplied 6 will be 12. 12 plus 4 will be 16. Okay. B part, he says find the value of the 27 multiplied 0.002. So we will remove this decimal. It will become 2 by 1000. So we will have 27 multiply 2 by 1000. We have removed the decimal. So in the place of the decimal, I put 1, and after decimal, we count how many digits are there. So that much zeros I put in the denominator. So you will have 27 multiplied 2 by 1000. 27 multiplied 2 is 54. 54 divided by 1000. So the decimal, which is after the 4, on the right side of the 4, so it will move 3 steps to the left. So you will have 0.054 answer. Okay, so let's move to the next question. Here, arrange these values in order of size, starting with the smallest. Okay, so you have 9 by 20, 0.39, which can be written as 39 by 100, 46%, which means 46, by 100, and then you have 2 by 5. So I will try to make all the denominators same, and then I will be able to compare these fractions. So I will make the denominator of all these fractions 100. So let me show you my one. So you have 9 by 20 and 0.39 and 46% and 2 by 5. So multiply the first fraction with the 5, numerator, denominator, both will be multiplied with the 5. You get 45 by 100, 39 by 100, 46 by 100. And in the last fraction, multiply numerator, denominator, both with the 20. So you will have 40 by 100. Now, very easily, I can tell you by comparing that, because the denominators are same. So simply by comparing the numerator, I can tell which fraction is smallest. So 39 by 100 is smallest, and then 40 by 100, then 45 by 100, and then 46 by 100. So in the answer, I will write the original, the smallest one will be 0.39, and then you will have 2 by 5, then 9 by 20, and then 46%. Okay. He says the number 294 and 784 written as the product of their prime factors are. So 294 can be written as 2 into 3 into 7 square, and 784 can be written as 2 raised to the power 4 into 7 square. Find the largest integer, which is a factor of both 294 and 784. So, you see the largest integer, which is a factor, that means highest common factor. So basically, they are asking you to find out their HCF. You know, when we find the HCF, we note down only those factors which are common in both the numbers, and we note their smaller power. So you can see here that the 2 is common. So I will take the smallest power, 2 raised to the power 1. This 7 square is common, so I will take the smaller power, that will be 7 square. So you will have 2 into 49, and that will be 98. So the HCF will be 98. That's what they asked you to do. Then they want you to find out the square root of the 784. The prime factors of the 784 are already given, so we have to find out their square root. So if you see 784 in its prime factors, it will be 2 raised to the power 4 multiplied 7 square, and we have to take the square root of this. You know, the square root means that in the index form, square root means raised to power 1 by 2. So I will separate that power on both of the members. So 2 raised to power 4 raised to power 1 by 2, and 7 square raised to power 1 by 2. So 4 multiplied with 1 by 2 will be 2. So 2 raised to power 2, and 2 multiplied 1 by 2 is 1. So 7 raised to power 1. 2 square means 4 multiply 7, and that will be 28. Hopefully you understand. Okay, the next question is question number 5. He says the local time in Singapore is 7 hours ahead of the local time in London. A flight to London leaves Singapore at 300 local time. The flight takes 12 hours and 45 minutes. What is the local time in London when it arrives? Okay, so we know the departure time, we know the journey time, so we can find the arrival time. But that time will be in the Singapore's local time. Then I will convert that arrival time into the London's local time. So that's the strategy. Let me show you. So the departure time is 300 and the journey time is 12 hours and 45 minutes. Arrival time, you know, the departure time plus the journey time. So we will add both these departure time and the journey time. So you will have 15:45, but this is Singapore time. We want the answer in the London time. The London time is 7 hours behind the Singapore, because he said in the question that the Singapore time is 7 hours ahead of the London time. So the London time is 7 hours behind the Singapore time. So if when the flight arrived in London, at that time, the time in the Singapore was 15:45, then the time in the London will be 7 hours behind. So 15:45 minus 7 hours. So 45 minutes minus 0 minutes, 45 minutes. 15 minus 7 hours, that will be 8 hours, 45 minutes. So in London, it will be 8:45. My changes 250 pounds into dollars. The exchange rate is 1 pound is equals to $3.10. How many dollars does she receive? So we will use the method of proportion, and the method of proportion is very simple. You write pounds and dollars. 1 pound means $3.10. 250 pounds means how many dollars? So it will be 1 by 25, 250 equals to 3.10 divided by x. Cross multiply here. So x will be equals to 250 multiply 3.10. So we will remove the decimal. So you will have 250 multiply 310 divided by 100. So 310 multiply 250, it will be 77500 divided by 100. So the final answer will be $775. So by using the method of proportion, you can see we have converted the 250 pounds into dollars. So you will get $775. Y is inversely proportional to x. Given that y equals to 250, when x equals to 4, find y when x is equals to 80. He says y is inversely proportional to x. So it means y proportional 1 by x. So y is proportional 1 by x. So y equals to, you remove this proportional sign, you introduce equal sign here. So you have to put a constant here. So y is equals to k by x. The value of the y is 250 when the value of the x is 4. So you will have 250 equals to k by 4. This 4 will multiply on the other side. So the k value will be 1000. So the formula becomes y equals to k by x. So y equals to 1000 divided by x. Now, their question is, what will be the value of the y when the x is 80? So in this formula, I will put y equals to 1000. In the place of x, I will write 80. So you are left with y equals to 100 divided by 8. So cancel it with the 2. So you will have 50 by 4. Again, cancel with 2. You will have 25 by 2. And that will be 12 whole 1 by 2. 25 divided by 2 is 12 whole 1 by 2. So y is equals to 12 whole 1 by 2. Tom estimated the population of 5 countries in 2020. The table below shows these estimates. Which country did he estimate would have a population about 20 times that of the United Kingdom? So United Kingdom's population is given, that's 6.9 x power 7. You multiply it with the 20 and then we will see which country has this much population. So the United Kingdom, its population we know, and we will simply multiply it with the 20. So you see 20 multiply 6.9 x power 7. So it will become 2 multiply 10 multiply 6.9 multiply 10 raised to power 7. So you will have 2 multiply 69 multiply 10 raised to power 7. So we will have 138 multiply 10 raised to power 7. So the decimal, move the decimal to make it the standard form. 2 steps to the left. So you will have 1.38 and there will be 2 powers added into 10 raised to power 7. So now you will have 1.38 x power minus 9. So 1.38, if you round it off, it will be 1.4 expo 9. And if you look at the table, 1.4 expo 9, look at the table, 1.4 expo 9 is the population of the China. So in our answer, we will write China. So that's question number 7, A part. Then he says, it's a 2 marks question. He says, how many more people did he estimate would be in Japan than in Australia? Give your answer in standard form. Okay. So what's the population of Japan and what is the population of Australia? Japan is 1.36 expo 8 and Australia is 2.35 expo 7. So we will subtract them because it said how many more. So we will subtract both these numbers. Okay. So question number 7, B part. So 1.36 expo 8 minus 2.35 expo 7. So I will take 110 and I will give it to this number. So it will be 13.6 multiplied 10 raised to the power 7. Then I will take 10 raised to the power 7 common. So you will have 13.6 minus 2.35. So from 13.6, if you subtract 2.35, you get 11.25. So you will have 11.25 expo 7. Move this decimal to the left to make it in the standard form. So you will have 1.125 expo 8. So the difference between their populations is 1.125 expo 8. The colors of the cars which passed the house were noted. The results are shown in the pie chart below. There are 12 blue cars. How many cars passed the house? So if you look at this pie chart, the angle for the blue is 72, the others is 90 degree, silver color 120 degree, the red color I can find the angle for the red color from 360, I will subtract 120, 90 and 72. But their main question is how many cars pass the house? So if the 72 degree means 12 cars, then 360 degree means how many cars? So because that will show the total cars. So it's a 1 mark question. So let me show you my solution. So the 72 degree means 12 cars. 360 means how many cars? So you will have 72 divided by 360 equals to 12 divided by x. So you will have x is equals to 360 multiplied 12 divided by 72. So 72 5s are 360 and 5 multiplied 12 will be 60. So there are totally 60 cars which passed that house. So that was question number 8. It's A part. Then the question is how many of the cars were red? So first of all, I will find what is the angle for the red. And then I will use the method of proportion and I will be able to tell you the answer. So the angle for the red will be 360 minus 120 minus 72 minus 90. So it will be 360 minus 282 and that will be 78. So if the 72 degree means 12 cars, then the 78 angle means how many cars? So y is equals to 12 into 78 divided by 72 and that will be 13 cars. So the next question coming up on your screen. The force acting on an object during a collision is given by the formula F is equals to mv minus mu, the whole thing divided by t. Given that the m is equals to 4, v equals to 5, u equals to 3, and t is 0.01, find the value of that. It's a 1 mark question, very simple question. You see the values are given, just have to put the values in the formula. So F will be equals to 4 into 5 minus 4 into 3. And in the denominator, you will have 0.01. So 20 minus 12, that will be 8 divided by 0.01. So I will remove the decimal in the denominator, and I will put 1 in the place of decimal in the numerator. And after the decimal, there are 2 digits, so I will put 2 zeros there. So now you will have 8 multiplied 100 divided by 1. So it will be 800 Newton. That is how you do question number 9. It's A part. Then he says, rearrange the formula to make M the subject. So it's a 2-mark question. You have to make the subject of the formula. So this is the formula, and from here I have to make M the subject. So we will take M common. So take the M common from the the numerator. So you will have M bracket V minus U. We have taken the M common. That T which was in the denominator has gone to the other side. So you will have Ft equals to M bracket V minus U. So Ft, that U minus V minus U bracket multiplying with the M will come to this side and it will divide. So you will have M equals to Ft divided by V minus U. So this is how you will make M the subject of the formula. The sea level at high tide is 1.53 meter above a ledge. So here we have a ledge. So at the high tide, the level of the water goes 1.53 meter above this ledge. At low tide, the sea level is 6.36 meter below the sea level at the high tide. So when there is low tide, the level of the sea is 6.36 meter below the high tide. Their question is how far below L is the sea level at the low tide. So at the low tide, how far below L is the sea level at the low tide? So that's the total depth. This is the depth of the ledge. So from this depth, if you subtract this, you will get the depth of the low tide below L. So let me show you. So it will be 6.36 minus 1.53. So it will be 4.83 meter. 4.83 meter. Hopefully you understand. Okay, so the next question is, on a certain day, high tide is at 7:32. After 2 hours and 34 minutes, the sea level has dropped 1/3 of the distance between high tide and the low tide. At what time does the sea reaches its level? So high tide was at 7:32, and then after 2 hours and 34 minutes. So let me show you my work. So the high tide was at 7:32, and after 2 hours and 34 minutes, the low tide came. So the low tide will come at, you add both these times, 7:32 and 2 hours and 34 minutes, you get 9:66. Because 66 minutes are not possible, so from here 60 minutes will represent 1 hour. So 9 will convert into 10 hours and 6 minutes. 10 hours and 6 minutes. Then their question is, how far below L is the sea level at this time? So I have it will be two. So first of all, there will be a drop of a level 1/3 of the basic drop between the high tide and the low tide. 1/3. So it will be 6.36 equals to 2.12 meter. That will be the drop. So how much below this will be from the ledge? It will be 2.12 minus 1.53, and you will get 0.59 meter. So the water is here. and it is 2 point something below. So how much is it below the ledge? So we have to tell this distance. The table below shows the number of pets owned by 20 families. So number of pets: 0 pet, 1 pet, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So the people who have 0 pet, there are 2 such families. The people who have 1 pet, there are 5 such families. The people who have 2 pets, there are 3 such families. So the upper row is called X, the lower row is called frequency. So the model number of pets will be the number of pets whose frequency is the largest. So 5 is the largest frequency, so it has 1 pet. It means 1 pet. So the model number of pets will be 1. The mean number of pets. So this is X, this is F. So we will find their answer for the mean. So you can see I have made that table. The upper number of pets is X and the number of families is the frequency. You multiply both these, the upper thing represents the X, the lower thing represents the frequency. And when you multiply both of them, that becomes Fx. So 0 multiply 2 will be 0, 1 multiply 5 will be 5, 2 multiply 3 will be 6, 3 multiply 2 will be 6, 4 multiply 4 will be 16, 5 multiply 1 will be 5, 6 multiply 1 will be 6, 7 multiply 2 will be 14. And you know the mean is summation Fx divided by summation F. So add up all the values in the Fx. So you will have 0 plus 5 plus 6 plus 6 plus 16 plus 5 plus 6 plus 14, and that will be 58. Divided by the summation F. So add all the values in the frequency: 2 plus 5 plus 3 plus 2 plus 4 plus 1 plus 1 plus 2, and that will be 20. So the mean will be summation Fx divided by summation F. So it will be 58 by 20, and that will be 29 by 10. So adjust the decimal. So you will have 2.9. So the mean will be 2.9. The mean value will be 2.9. Given that f of x is equals to 4x minus 7. So it's a question on functions. Find f of 1 by 2. It means that in the given formula of the function, wherever is the x, substitute that x with 1 by 2. So very simple question. We show you the solution. So f of 1 by 2 will be equals to, in the formula, wherever is the x, we will substitute 1 by 2. 4 into 1 by 2 minus 7. So you will have 2 minus 7, and that will be minus 5. Then the question is the value of the p when f of p is equals to p. It means in the formula, wherever is the x, put p, and the formula will become equals to p. So f of p equals to p. So in the formula, wherever is the x, I will put p. 4 into p minus 7 equals to p. So 4p minus p will be equals to 7. So you will have 3p equals to 7. So p will be equals to 7 by 3. So p will be 2 whole 1 by 3. Express 2m divided by 5 plus m by 4 as a single fraction in its simplest term. So there are 2 fractions. We have to add them. So we will make their denominator same. So I will multiply the first fraction with the 4. Numerator, denominator both will be multiplied with the 4. And in the second fraction, we will multiply numerator and the denominator both with 5. That will make both the denominators 20. So you will have 8m divided by 20 plus 5m divided by 20. So now you can add the numerators and you will write a single denominator. So you will have 13m divided by 20. Then we have a question on inequality. It says solve the inequality 5 bracket x plus 4 bracket close less than 7x. So 5 will multiply with that bracket and you will have, so 5x plus 20 less than 7x. 5x minus 7x is less than minus 20. Minus 2x is less than minus 20. So I will multiply both the sides with the negative number with minus 1. So the sign of the inequality will flip because you have multiplied both the sides with a negative number. So you will have 2x greater than 20. So x will be greater than 20 by 2. So the x will be greater than 10. This is how you will do question number 13. It's B part. Question number 14, A part, he says, find the coordinates of the point where the line 2y equals to 3x plus 15 crosses the y-axis. You see, whenever a graph crosses the y-axis, the value of the x will be 0 at that point. We call it the y-intercept. At that point, the value of the x is 0. So in this equation, in the place of x, I will put 0. So you will have, so we write that when the line cut the y-axis, the x is 0. So in that equation, wherever is the x, substitute it with 0. So you will have 2y equals to 3 bracket 0 bracket close plus 15. So you will have 2y equals to 15. So y will be equals to 15 by 2. So the y will be 7 whole 1 by 2. So the point where the graph cuts the y-axis will be, its coordinates will be 0, 7 whole 1 by 2. The question number 14, B part, he said the coordinates of the point P and Q are minus 1, 10 and 3, 4 respectively. Find the gradient of the PQ. If you want to, then their question is find the midpoint of the PQ. So if you want to find out the gradient of the line PQ, the formula is very simple. The formula for the gradient is y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. So it will be 4 minus 10 divided by 3 minus 1. So it will become 3 plus 1. So 4 minus 10 is minus 6 divided by 4, and it will be minus 3 by 2, which means minus 1 whole 1 by 2. Then the question is find the midpoint of the PQ. The PQ is midpoint. You can find the formula is very simple. X2 plus x1 by 2, y2 plus y1 divided by 2. So you will have minus 1 plus 3 divided by 2. So it will be 2 by 2 and it will be 1. 10 plus 4 divided by 2 and it will be 14 by 2 and that will be 7. So the midpoint of the PQ line will be 1, 7. Now, A is a matrix given as a column matrix 3 minus 4. B is a column matrix and it's minus 1, 7. He says express A plus 2B as a column vector. It's a 1 mark question, so very simple and straightforward question. So A 3 minus 4 plus 2 into minus 1, 7. So 3 minus 2 minus 4 plus 14. So you will have 3 minus 2 means 1 and minus 4 plus 14 and that will be 10. So this is how you will do question number 15A part. Then he says find the magnitude of the matrix A. So the matrix A, that this is the matrix A 3, minus 4. So the magnitude is x square plus y square under root. So A will be under root, and under the under root you will have 3 square plus bracket minus 4 bracket close square. So it will be 9 plus 16, and then you will have 25. So under root 25 will be 5. So the magnitude of the A will be 5. Then their question is given that the magnitude of B divided by the magnitude of A is equals to under root n, where n is an integer. Find the value of the n. Okay. So we have to find out first of all the determinant of the B, or the magnitude of the B, or the length of the B. So that will be under root x square plus y square. So you will have minus 1 square plus 7 square. That will be 1 plus 49. That will be 50. 50 means 25 multiplied 2. So the 5 it can come out of the radical sign. So it will be 5 under root 2. So they said that the ratio of the magnitude of the B to the magnitude of the A will be the under root n. So the magnitude of the B is 5 under root 2 divided by the magnitude of the A is 5. 5 will be cancelled. So n under root 2 will be equals to under root n. So the n value will be equals to 2. So this is how you do question number 15 C part. The scale drawing below shows the positions of the two towns F and G. It is drawn to a scale of 1 centimeter to 3 kilometer. Okay, so there is the F point, G point. Here are the north lines. The scale used is 1 centimeter to 3 kilometer. Their question is find the distance in kilometers between the towns F and G. So use your scale and put it here along the FG. Measure how much is the length of the FG in centimeters. So whatever will be your length, just multiply it with the 3 kilometer, because 1 centimeter in this figure, according to the scale, represents 3 kilometers. So put a scale here, measure what is the length of the FG. So I have already done this. So it's 8 centimeter long. So 1 centimeter means 3 kilometers. So 8 centimeter means 24 kilometers. Then their question is find the bearing of the G from F. Find the bearing of the G from F. So you just measure this angle. How much is this angle? That will be the bearing of the G from F. Because you know the bearing means the from the north on the tail point, go clockwise to that line. So we will measure it with the help of the protractor, and that will be 113 degrees. So we have measured this angle. How much is this angle? Town H is to the north of the line FG. It is 19.5 kilometer from F and 15 kilometer from G. On the diagram above, find and label the position of H. Okay, very simple, straightforward question. So So 19.5 kilometers. So you divide it with the 3. So 19.5 divided by 3. So whatever the answer you get, open your compass that much, put it on the F and mark arc here. You can see I have already marked this arc. Then 15 kilometers divided by 3, and whatever is your answer, open your compass that much, put the needle of the compass here on G and mark this arc. Where these two arcs intersect, that is the point H. Okay, the table below shows the distribution of the length in meters of cars in a car park. So the length is X meters, and that represents X, the number of cars. So how many cars are there? Okay, use the histogram in the answer space to find the P. So here histogram is given. So P is from 2.75 to 3, 2.75 to 3, and that is 2.75, 2.75 to 3 is this. They are talking about this bar. So find the area of this bar, and that will be equals to the frequency. So the area of this bar. So this much is 0.25, and this is I think 24. So just multiply these two numbers, you get the frequency. So it will be 0.25 multiplied 24, and that will be 25 by 100 multiplied 24. So it will be 1 by 4 multiplied 24, and that will be 6. So the value of the frequency here, which was P, is 6 basically. Then he says complete the histogram. So for the last two classes, the histogram is not completed. And so from 3 to 3.5, you see the class width will be 0.5 and the frequency is 8. The formula for the frequency density is class frequency divided by the class width. So it will be 8 divided by 0.5, and that will be 16. Same way, the class width for the last class, the width of the class is 1 and the frequency is 4. So 4 divided by 1, that will be 4. So on the histogram, we will plot this. Let me show you the thing. From 3 to 3.5, it will be up to 8 divided by up to 16, and four divided by 1 will be 4. So that will be here. But this bar is not right. It is not right because it was supposed to be up to 16. So from 3 to 3.5, it should be up to 16. So this bar is not right. Okay. So I will try to correct it, but it should be here. It should be here after 15, above the 15 two small squares. So let me show you. It should be here. Okay. Up to 16. Because its frequency density is 16. And for this is right. It will be up to 4. So I just made a mistake here. Let's correct it. Do you understand? Okay. So next part. The diagram shows the triangle PQR. The points S and T lie on the line PQ and PR respectively. The line ST is parallel to the line QR. So this is line and this QR, they are parallel. These are parallel lines. So STR is 117. So this angle is 117 and the SQR is 48. The question is, what is the value of the QPR? QPR. Okay. So QPR. So basically they want you to find out this angle. You know, this angle and this whole angle, they are allied angles of the parallel lines. These two lines are going parallel. This is the transversal line. So these two lines are inside the parallel lines and they are on the same side of the transverse. So this angle here and this 117, they are allied to each other. So I can find that angle. Okay. So the angle TRQ, will be 180 minus 117, that will be 63. The reason is they are aligned angles to each other. So if you know this angle, if you know this angle, I can easily find this angle. The PQR is a triangle, so the sum of its angles will be 180. So you will have 180 minus 48 minus 63. So you will have 180 minus 111, and that will be 69. So the QPR angle will be this angle will be 69. Okay. Then the question is U and the V are the points on ST and the QR respectively. The PUV is a straight line. They're saying that this is a straight line. Is a straight line with the 2 times PU equals to UV. So 2 times PU, so this is 2 and this is 1. That's the ratio given. If this is 2, the UV is 2, then the PU is 1. So their question is, what is the PU ratio PV? Let me show. So it is given that the PU is 1 and the UV is 2. So the PU ratio PV will be 1:3. I hope you can understand this diagram. I have drawn that diagram. PU was 1 and the UV was 2 times PU. So this total thing will become 3 in the ratio. So PU is 1 and the PV will be 3. He says the ratio of the area of the triangle PQR and the area of the trapezium STRQ. Okay, it's very simple. First of all, I will find the triangle PQR with the triangle PST, because both these triangles, they will be similar to each other. Let me show you. We talk PQR and PST. So if this is 1, the whole thing is 3. So because they are similar, the triangle PQR is similar to the triangle PST, and we know the ratio of their heights. So the PQR has a height 3 and the PST has a height 1. So the ratio of the heights and its square, so it will be 9 by 1. So from the full triangle, if you subtract the small triangle, you will have that STRQ. So the PQR angle will be is area will be like 9, and the area of that trapezium will be 9 minus 1. If from the full triangle, if you subtract the small triangle, you will have that trapezium. So it will be 9 divided by 9 minus 1, and that will be 9 by 8. From this whole triangle, if you subtract the area of this small triangle, the remaining will be that trapezium. So the next question coming up on your screen, he says, factorize completely 21a squared minus 14a. And then they say factorize x squared minus 3x minus 40. So let's do the a part first of all. So 21a squared minus 14a. So you can take 7a common. So we have taken 7a common. So 21a squared divided by 7, that will be 3a. So minus 14a divided by 7a, and that will be minus 2. So this is how you factorize the a part. In the question number 19a second part, you have x squared minus 3x minus 40. So we multiply the extreme term, you get 40. So I will write down the factors of 40. They are 1 into 40, 2 into 20, 4 into 10, and 5 into 8. So the third term has a negative sign, so we have to subtract. So I will choose that pair which by subtraction will give you minus 3, but by multiplication it will give you 40. So 5 and 8 is the pair which by subtraction can give you minus 3. Because you want minus 3, so with the larger number I will put a negative sign, with the small number I will put a positive sign. So you will have the midterm breaking here, x squared plus 5x minus 8x minus 40. So from the first two, I will take the x common. So it will be x bracket x plus 5 bracket close. From the last two, I will take 8 common. So minus 8 is taken as common. So inside the bracket, you are left with x plus 5. So now the x plus 5 bracket is present in both these terms. So take that bracket common. So x plus 5 taken common. So you are left with x minus 8 in the other bracket. So this is how you factorize by the midterm breaking. Then he says, given that y equals to 3 is a solution of the equation 2y squared plus ky minus 27 equals to 0, find the other solution. Okay. So in the place of x, wherever is the x in this equation, put 3 and find what is the value of the y. Once you know the value of the y, then I will find the other solution. So first of all, in that given equation, 2y squared plus ky minus 27 equals to 0, in the place of y, I will substitute 3. So you will have 2 into 3 square plus 4 into 3 minus 27 equals to 0. So you will have 18 plus 3k minus 27 equals to 0. So 3k minus 20, you will have with minus 9. 3k minus 9 is equals to 0. So 3k equals to 9 and k equals to 9 by 3. So the k will be 3. Question number 19b. So the k value will be 3. So I will put that k value here again and I will again factorize it. So you will have 2y squared plus 3y minus 27 equals to 0. So multiply the extreme terms, 2y squared multiplied with 27, you get 54. So the pairs, the factors of the 54 are 1 multiply 54, 2 multiply 27, 3 multiply 18, and 6 multiply 9. So with the third term, you have a negative sign, so that's why you have to subtract. So I will choose that pair which by subtraction will give me positive 3. So we have chosen 9 and 6, and with the larger number, I will put positive sign. With the smaller number, I will put a negative sign. So you will have midterm breaking here, 2y squared minus 6y plus 9 minus 27 equals to 0. So from the first two terms, I will take 2y common. So you will have 2y bracket y minus 3 is left. From the last two terms, I will take 9 common. So inside the bracket, y minus 3 is common. So this bracket y minus 3 is common. So from here, you will have 2y. From here, plus 9 equals 0. So y minus 3, I will make it equals to 0. So y will be 3. And the 2y plus 9 is equals to 0. So the 2y will be equals to minus 9 by 2. And that will be minus 4.5. So the other solution, one solution 3 was already given in this question. The other solution is minus 4.5. So that was the question number 19. It's B part. The quadrilateral ABCD has its vertices on the circumference of a circle. So it's a cyclic quadrilateral. And the sum of the angles in the opposite corner will be 180. The AE is the tangent to the circle and the AED is 20 degrees. The center of the circle O lies on a straight line DE. Find ADO. Okay, so we want to find basically this angle. So first of all, I will find this angle and its half will be this angle. The angle here with the EAO will be 90 because the tangent and the radius, they are perpendicular to each other. So the EAO angle will be 90. So if I know this angle, I know this angle, very easily I can find AOE angle. Because the sum of the triangle is, sum of the angles of a triangle is 180. So from 180, I will subtract 20 and the 90, and I will be able to find out the AOE. And then half of the AOE will be the ADO. Because these 2 points coming to the center and these 2 points going back to the circumference. So the angle at the center is 2 times the angle at the circumference. So this is how you do that. So the angle AOE will be 180 minus 20 minus 90, and that will be 70. The angle ADO will be half The angle ADO will be half of the angle AOE. So the ADO will be half of the angle AOE. So 1 by 2 into 70, and that will be 35 degrees. Then we have B part. It says, given that DE, given that the DE, where's the D? DE is perpendicular to the bisector of the AB and the DBA. The DBA angle is 55. So this angle is 55, and here this angle is 90. So this angle will also be 90. The first question is write down BAD. BAD angle. So if I know this is 90, I know this angle, then I can find this BAD. Very simple. So BAD will be equals to 180 minus 90 minus 35. So it will be 180 minus 125, and that will be 55. So it will be 55. BAD will be 55. BAD, I know this angle is 90 because he said that it's a bisector, perpendicular bisector. He used the word perpendicular bisector. Then their question is find the BCD. BCD. You see, this is cyclic quadrilateral ABADCB is a cyclic. So if I know this whole angle, I will subtract this angle from the 180 and I will get this DCB. The reason is, we call it angles in the opposite segment are supplementary. Angles in the opposite corners are supplementary. So angles in a cyclic quadrilateral are supplementary, opposite corners, I mean. Technically, we say angles in the opposite segments are supplementary. So the angle BCD plus BAD will be equal to 180. So the BCD plus BAD angle I already know is 55 equals to 180. So BCD will be 180 minus 55, and the BCD will be 125. In a group of 8 students, there are 5 boys and 3 girls. 2 students are chosen at random. The tree diagram shows the possible outcomes and their possibilities. So the first person chosen is a boy, 5 by 8. Obviously, on the first position, if a girl is chosen, the chances are 3 by 8. Then, if already a boy is chosen, then the total number will be decreased by 1. The number of boys have also decreased by 1. So the second one will be also a boy, will be 4 by 7. And the number of chances of the probability of getting a girl on the second position will be 3 by 7. Now, if the scenario is such that first a girl is taken out, now the boys will be 5 by 7 and the girls will be 2 by 7 because one girl is already out. So let me show you. I hope you can see here. I have completed the tree. And then he says, express each answer as a fraction in its lowest term. Find the possibility that 2 boys are chosen. So they are asking us to find out the probability of the boy, comma boy. The 2 boys are chosen. So the boy, comma boy will be 5 by 8 multiplied 4 by 7. So it will be 20 divided by 56. Cancel it with the table of 4. You will have 5 divided by 14. So the probability of getting 2 boys will be 5 by 14. Then he says at least 1 boy is chosen. So this word is very important. At least one boy is chosen means boy comma girl, or girl comma boy, and boy comma boy. At least one boy means one boy or two boys. At least means is the least boy number should be one. So it means more than one boy can also work. So the probability of boy comma girl plus the probability of the girl comma boy plus the probability of the boy comma boy. So you will have 5 by 8 multiply 3 by 7 plus 3 by 8 multiply 5 by 7 plus 5 by 8 multiply 4 by 7. I'm giving this answer from this tree diagram. So let me show you. So you will have 15 by 56 plus 15 by 56 plus 20 by 56. So it will be 50 divided by 56 and cancel it with the 2. So you will have 25 divided by 28. Okay. Now, question number 22. The diagram below shows small black, gray, and white triangles forming a pattern. So in the diagram, number one, you can see there's only one triangle, and that is black. In this second pattern, there are 3 black triangles, and there is one, it's a gray tile, a gray triangle, I mean. So in the third pattern, you can see I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 black tiles, 3 gray tiles, and 1 white tile. So the pattern is in front of you. He says the table below shows the number of triangles in each diagram. Answer. So the diagram number 1, diagram number 2, diagram number 3, 4, 5, and 6. In the first diagram, the small triangle are 1. In the second, there are 4. Then we have 9. Then we have 16. Then we have 25. So by looking at this pattern, you can know that we are sharing this number of patterns. So this one will be 36. Okay. The black triangles and small triangles, I think small triangles, black triangles, and then we have gray triangles. Then we have white tiles. Okay. So the black triangles, the formula is one. The sequence is 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. So you can see they are adding up 2. So gradually they are adding up 2. So 2 is added, then 2 is added, then 2 is added, then 2 is added. So next term will be 11. So the gray tiles, this pattern is 0, 1, 3, 6. So here 1 is added, then 2 is added, then 3 is added, then 4 is added, then 5 will be added. So it will be 15. Then we have white tiles. The sequence is 0, 0, 1, 3, and 6, and 10. So here, here you added 0, here you added 1, here you added 2, then you added 3, then you will add 4. So you get 10. So we are done with this. Question number 22B, first part, here is the sequence, and they want us to write down its nth formula. This is 1, 4, 9, 16, 25, 36. So they are basically the square numbers. So the nth formula will be n square. Okay. The question number 22B, second part, he says write the nth term 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. So because a certain number is added, here 2 is added again, 2 is added again, 2 is added again, 2 is added. So you can simply apply the formula for the arithmetic sequence, that is a plus d bracket n minus 1 where A means the first term of the sequence and D means the common difference, which is 2 here. So 1 plus 2 bracket n minus 1. So it will be 1 plus 2n minus 2. So 2n minus 1. So 2n minus 1 is the answer. Question number 23 is showing up on your screen. He says, it's the word is Paris to Thrill. Adult ticket is 25 euros. Paris to Thrill. Child ticket is, you can say Thrill or Thrill. Child ticket is 7.50 euro. I don't know the exact pronunciation. During a visit to France, a family took a train from Paris to Thrill or Krill. The cost of an adult ticket was 25 euros and the cost of a child ticket was 17.50 euros. How much did it cost for a family of 2 adults and 3 children? 2 adults and 3 children. So 2 multiplied 25 plus 3 multiplied 17.50. This is how you will. 2 multiplied 25 plus 3 multiplied 17.50. So it will be 50 plus 52.50, and that will be 102.50 pounds. Oh, sorry, euros. Express the cost of a child ticket as a percentage of the cost of an adult ticket. The cost of the child ticket is 17.50 divided by 25 multiplied 100. So 17.50 divided by 225 multiply 100. So you will have, this is question number 23. So the child ticket will, your cost of the child ticket will come upstairs and the cost of the adult ticket will come downstairs, and then I will multiply with 100 because we have to find out the child ticket as a percentage of the cost of an adult ticket. So 25 divided by, 17.50, that's the child ticket's cost, divided by the adult ticket cost, multiply 100. So you will have 17.50 multiply 4, so you will have 70, so 70%. That is the question we have done. Now, Krill or Thrill to Claremont, adult ticket, we don't know. Krill to or Thrill to Claremont, child ticket is 12 euros. At Thrill or the Krill, the family chain trains and travel to Claremont, the cost of a child ticket was 12 euros. The cost of a child ticket was 60% of the cost of an adult ticket. What was the cost of an adult ticket? So the adult ticket, I will suppose, is X, and the child ticket is 60% of that X, and that is 12 euros. So let me show you my solution. So the 60% of the adult ticket is equals to the cost of the child ticket, that is 12. So 60 by 100 into adult is equals to 12. So adult will be equals to 12 multiplied 100 divided by 60. So you will have 0 and 0 will be cancelled with each other. So you have 12 multiplied 10 divided by 6. So 120 divided by 6, and that will be 20. So the adult ticket is 20 euros. The diagram below shows the triangle LMN. Where is the triangle LMN? The equations of the line LM and LN are, the equation of this line LM is given, that's 2y equals to 3x plus 5. And the equation of the LN line is given, that x plus 4y equals 24, respectively. Solve the simultaneous equation. So I'm going to solve this and this simultaneously. So it will give me the value of the x of y and that they will be the coordinates of the point of intersection of these two lines. So we are going to solve these two inequalities. So very simple. It's simple inequality. Sorry, they are simultaneous equations. So we have to solve them simultaneously. So x plus 4y equals 24. So 2y is equals to 3x plus 5. So my strategy is I will multiply this with 3 and then I will add in this equation. So you can see the left side and left side of both the equation. I've taken this 3x to this side. 3 bracket x plus 4y bracket close plus minus 3x plus 2y bracket close equals to 3 into 24 plus 5. So you will have 3x plus 12y minus 3x plus 2y equals to 72 plus 5. So it will be 14y equals to 77, and 77 divided by 14, and that will be 11 by 2, and that means 5 whole 1 by 2. So now put the value of the y in the first equation. You will have x plus 4 into 11 by 2 into 24. So you will have x plus 22 equals to 24, and x will be equal to 24 minus 22, and the x will be 2. So the point of the intersection, which is point L of both these lines, its coordinates will be 2, 5 whole 1 by 2. So we have found the coordinates of this point L. That was the question. Then he says M is minus 3, minus 2, and Mn is parallel to the x-axis. The shaded region R inside the triangle LMN is defined by the three inequalities. One of these is 2y less than 3x plus 5. Write down the other two inequalities. So this is y equals to a number because it's a horizontal line and the coordinates of M are given. So this line Mn is y equals to minus 2. And we have to tell the inequality according to this area. See, this area is below this line, and above this line. So if I know the equation of the lines, I can easily tell the inequality. So x plus 4y equals 24 because the required area is below this line. So the crocodile's back will be to the positive y. So x plus 4y is less than 24. And the other equation, that Mn equation, is a horizontal line. Its equation is y equals to minus 2 because the shaded area is above this line. So the crocodile's mouth will be towards the y. So the y is greater than minus 2. Okay. Question number 25 is showing up on your screen. He says the grid above shows the point P, which is 1, 2, and the Q, which is minus 7, 4. The P can be mapped onto the Q by a translation. Write down the column vectors. You see the column vector of the translation very easily. We can find out the image minus the object. The coordinates of the image are minus 7, 4 minus the object, and that is 1 by 1, 2. Sorry. So let me show you. I have done this. So the transformation matrix is, sorry, not the transformation matrix. Translation matrix is image minus object. The image is minus 7, 4 minus the object, that is 1, 2. So minus 7 minus 1, it will be minus 8, and 4 minus 2 will be 2. So the translation matrix will be minus 8, 2. Then he says the P can also be mapped onto Q by an enlargement, center 5, 1. Write down the scale factor. You see, this is the object, this is the image, this is the center of enlargement. You simply have to draw a line here and continue it. So the distance of the image from the center of enlargement divided by the distance of the object from the center of enlargement. With the help of the scale, you can easily measure it. I have done this already. It's a scale factor will be the distance of the image from the center of enlargement divided by the distance of the object. So it will be 12 divided by 4, and that will be 3. So the scale factor is 3. Okay. Next part, they say in the diagram shows the triangle A and B. Describe fully the single transformation that maps the triangle A onto the triangle B. So you can see this is not a rotation. So it looks like this is a reflection because the diagram has flipped. So I will join the same points. You can see I've joined the same points, and then draw their perpendicular bisector. So this red line is the perpendicular bisector of these blue lines. That is the line of reflection. So it's a reflection, and the coin of this red line, you see, it's a very famous line. It's passing through the origin. At 1, it is -1. At -1, it is 1. At 2, it is -2. And at -2, it is 2. So this is a famous equation, y equals to -1. So how you describe this? It is, it's a reflection in the line y equals to -x. Okay. Now, the next question is, a triangle A can also be mapped onto the triangle B by a reflection in the line x equals to -1, followed by a rotation. Write down the center of this rotation. Okay. So A went to B by 2 steps. One, first by reflection in the line y equals to -x. So in the reflection in the line y, x is equals to -1. So let me show you. Okay. So join, first of all, this is the line of reflection, x equals to -1. So this 1 point here, 1 point here, 2 point here, 2 point here, 2 point here, 2 point here. So this red line is the reflection of this in the line y x equals to -1. Then I have to find how this rotated and went to here, went to this triangle B, and we know that is a rotation. So I will join the same points with the blue lines. You can see I have joined the same points, and then these green lines, basically they represent the perpendicular bisectors of these three blue lines. The blue lines are, you have joined the same points with each other, and these green lines are basically the perpendicular bisectors of these blue lines. And where these perpendicular bisector of these blue lines will intersect each other, that will be the center of rotation. So the center of rotation is -1, 1. So the answer will be -1, -1. So my dear students, we are, I think, okay. So we are done with this paper. So my dear students, today we have solved October-November 2009, paper 1. The subject we are studying is GMaths 4024. This is Cambridge O-Levels Mathematics, syllabus D, and we have solved paper 1. And I have tried my best to explain you the concept that how the things are done. So I hope that you will have understood this paper. So if you find this video informative and interesting and inspiring to you, and this has helped you to solve the October-November 2009 paper 1, please subscribe my channel, share the link of this video onto your Facebook account and onto your Instagram and onto your Twitters, because that will help me to promote my channel. So it's a great blessing for me to be able to teach you online. So thank you very much, everyone. Have a good day. God bless you all.